Hi, I'm Pastor Tay, and today I want to share with you a latte about our sense of entitlement. It's that inner sense of what we feel we deserve. The stronger the sense, the harder it is to be content and to have healthy relationships. Here's an interesting statistic. All around the world, relationships are breaking just days after Valentine's Day. Who knew? Statistics show that the day after Valentine's Day holds the most breakups of relationships. And it's because people hold out hope that Valentine's Day might give them a reason to continue the relationship, only to find that it doesn't. And so the decision is made to break it off right after that day of chocolates, flowers, and expensive dinners. Now, there are many reasons why a relationship breaks, but the most common reason is a sense of entitlement. Granted, this sense of entitlement is understandable in some respects, especially when it comes to careers and choices. Now, in those situations, for example, you build and then you build some more and then expect to reap the benefits of your hard work. That's definitely understandable. In that sense, it's not entirely a bad thing. We should all work hard and then be blessed with benefits in our old age. But this latte is not a criticism of that kind of sense of entitlement. When it comes to relationships, a sense of entitlement can be problematic. Now, don't misunderstand. It would be great if we all worked hard on our relationships, and we should, and then reap the benefits thereof. But apart from these blessings, there is a sense of entitlement that can actually damage a relationship. Consider that our sense of entitlement works directly with our expectations. The more expectations, the stronger the sense of entitlement. Think about it. Think about, for example, the woman who dreams of finding Mr. Right and gets married only to find that Mr. Right has a lot of things wrong with him. Her expectations can be crushed, and this actually intensifies the sense of entitlement. She begins to say things like, "I deserve so much more." And her girlfriends say, "Yes, you sure deserve a much better man than him." Now think about the man who carries all kinds of expectations into his marriage, only to find that his wife is not who he thought she was. He begins to think that he deserves so much more from a relationship. And by thinking such, he is tempted to leave the relationship. Now, we should all expect more from our relationships, but there is a proper place for expectations. Now, if it intensifies our sense of entitlement, that is definitely a problem. Think about it. Our sense of entitlement is all about us and not about others. It's about what we deserve and not the needs of others. And in its worst form, it is downright selfishness. And all experts say that selfishness is the number one killer of a relationship. And if we focus on what we deserve, then it's like having a sacred list of rights that become non-negotiable. It becomes our Bill of Rights, sacred, inalienable, and inviolable. Do you have a Bill of Rights? Check out the following relationship Bill of Rights. The right to date and get married. The right to have and express personal opinions. The right to be respected and appreciated. The right to belong, to be loved and be accepted. The right to privacy. The right to have children. The right to be happy. And the right to keep adding to this Bill of Rights. This Bill of Rights, it can unroll like a sacred scroll in our relationship. But today's latte is about another sacred scroll, the Bible. It's really about unrolling the true scroll and finding a deeper and more sacred perspective on how our sense of entitlement in the light of the greater purposes for our life. And the most powerful example of entitlement in the light of the greater purpose is Jesus himself, who laid down all that he is entitled to have for the greater purpose. Philippians chapter 2, verses 3 through 8 speaks of this, saying, "Do nothing out of selfish ambition, vain conceit, but in humility consider others better than yourself. Each of you should not look only on your own interests, but also to the interests of others. Your attitude should be that of Jesus Christ, who, being in the very nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped, but made himself nothing, taking on the very nature of a servant, being made in human likeness, and being found in appearance as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient to death, even death on a cross." No one is more entitled to things than Jesus himself, and no one had more to lose than Jesus. For he had all the majesty and benefits of heaven, which is far greater than anything on earth, yet he lays it all down for the greater purpose. As the sacred scroll says, he did not consider equality with God something to be grasped. In other words, he did not grab hold of what he thought he was entitled to have. Now, if you're meeting in a group, discuss your sense of entitlement and how it has impacted your relationship. Share and pray about your needs to be more like Jesus. And so, today's latte, it has a profound taste. It's about the meaning of life and their relationships and about the greater purposes. And it's really not about what we think we deserve. So consider today what God is calling you to do. Consider how staying in an imperfect marriage or relationship is more noble than running away to find what you think you deserve. And if you're single, consider the more noble dynamics as you seek a future relationship. And for all of you, consider today how this is part of the greater purposes for your life.
Thanks for joining us for a devotional drink today. If you love almond lattes, click here to subscribe so you know when the next one is ready to enjoy. Visit our website for resources for every chapter of your life. And if you're thirsty for more, click here. See you next time. May God bless your day.